I'm going to put this one up this morning, and obviously, if you're a hostage and you've been kidnapped and you're 79 years old and your children have been treated and tortured, and I don't even know if they're alive. So I'm just going to put my name up here, and you can call me names. Maybe one day you won't anymore. I'm not going to put up pictures of Mr. Flint, where he was shot, well, where he endorsed me. I did that because Mr. Flint tried to help. He was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, when I was doing the book about mind control and the use of it, how you can create an illness or cure it. I'd worked for doctors, and anyway, you can program people, and now it's mass, like armies. It's ongoing. And it's the prophecy. Timothy McVeigh, there was a book that I put up a page about Tex Mars, or Jim Mars was one that wrote it. It's Project Lucid. And it was published in 96. I think I was telling all this a long time ago, before 76, because some murders were done in patterns. What I really meant to put up here, and I meant to put it up first, my father, King Edward VIII, is still being maligned. He is, well, has always kept on writing books about him that are lies. My father stood in the way of the Illuminati. He was king 1936 until he was supposedly forced to abdicate. And history would say he abdicated to Mary Wallace Simpson in 37. Total friggin' lie. My father was always married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor from Madison, Wisconsin, a school teacher, a mere commoner, you know. But now then, that's popular. Mere commoner, and quote, quote, when they aren't even the real monarch up there now, Elizabeth, they're war criminals. My father, Edward VIII, a beautiful man, taken out with character assassination. He had an addendum that was legal and went through proper channels, that if he had an heir, the heir would inherit. I was born in 39, kidnapped in 41 by this beautiful JFK. His father was appointed ambassador to England, 1936 to 46, and the Brits kicked his you-know-what out. I should go ahead and say it. What they've done to me is so ugly and vile. To try to use a proper word for what they've done is, you can't find one that's ugly or vile enough. Joe Kennedy was ambassador, Rockefellers, Rothschild, Bilderbergers, the Kennedys, part of my own family, obviously. My Uncle George helped take out his own brother, and he became the Illuminati's spokesperson. And then Elizabeth, of course, sitting up there like she's just this decent. How does she walk into church on Sunday? Or, you know, I don't understand it. You wouldn't have a conscience whatsoever to commit the lies and the crimes to the British, whether they know it or not. And to my father, and to me and my children. But my father was the one that stood in the way. He wouldn't take orders from the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the global government. So they took him out. He had a daughter, me, brought him back with power of attorney for me till I was older. They kidnapped me, so they got rid of my dad. They had illegal treaties that allowed the United States to come in. They came in as to save us. They came in to take us over, the British Empire down. With the illegal treaties, they came in with their armies, and they positioned themselves to control Sweden, which is the monarchy too. Their relatives. It's a monarch system. Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands. She sold out. Beatrix did. That's where your war crime tribunal is. Do you think for one moment I could go there and have a trial that was then? Hang me to the wind. Burn me at the stake. Well, they have over here anyway. But anyway, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands, they positioned themselves so that when they control the UK and the monarchy. They control that. They still have bases underground in Great Britain. Nobody cares to ask why. America doesn't have to answer to anybody. Nobody, except if there's God they believe in. And I sure the heck hope there is. So that, taking down my father that stood in their way and then me, it allowed them to come in and form the United Nations. So I'm going to leave it there. You can look at the timeline, what happened. The Jews took over Israel again. The Jews were the main force in kidnapping me and taking down my father with nothing but lies. He didn't marry Wallace Simpson. She married a double. There were many doubles, and they were going out and doing behavior that's unbecoming. So it was blamed on my father. The Brits that came over here, I lived on the Appalachian Trail because they run me everywhere and raped and did everything in the book to me. This great land of the free and home of the brave. Oh, wow. I hope you have to watch it, world. But the Brits and the Germans went up and down the trail, and some Americans, and I don't mean to, if there's ever any end in justice, I hope I get to repay the right people. I'm not going to forget the people that were American, but there were very few. America feels like that they can run amok, and they have. Now you install your United Nations, your global government, America. You've got me here tortured, and you can call me names all you want to. But maybe in the end, I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we?